Garmin DriveSmart 50LMTHD. I've shown this in videos before, but never did a dedicated video to it. We're going to get the annoyances out of the way up front with this model. You're going to see one in just a second. There it is. The infamous orange animated banner. That is annoying, and you can't turn it off with this one. The second one, which you will see in a moment, is that this thing has very small exit numbers, highway exit numbers, which is also annoying. But aside from that, those are really the only two things that are deal breakers, so to speak, with this thing. Other than that, it is fantastic. Now, the difference between the DriveSmart 50 and the DriveSmart 51 is that the 51 was actually the first one to have GPS and Galileo. It does have Galileo in it, so if you need that, you don't. But if you do, if you feel that you do, you can get a DriveSmart 51. The other thing about the 51 is that it will show those very annoying favorites icons on the map that you can't turn off, but you can disable them on this one, which is really nice. So you're not bothered with those giant, ugly green favorites icons that are present on the 51, 55, and 65. And they didn't get rid of them again. Garmin didn't get rid of them until the 66, 76, and 86. And prior to that, they actually had favorites icons that were nice and small, and that didn't bother you. But now, yeah. For that 51, 55, 65, it's bad. I just cannot stand those ugly green icons. They're just just really annoys me. Anyway, sorry. With this model, you also get turns, which I'll show in a moment, how to enable and disable. Oh, there it is. Yeah, right there. See, that's the very small exit numbers that I was talking about. Yeah, your eyesight has to be pretty good to see that. Pretty good. But funny thing is that over here, believe it or not, that font size is the same as this font size, but because it is dark on light instead of light on dark, it's actually easier to read. So that is a bit of a workaround for this, which is kind of cool. Okay, anyway, let us, here is what I would recommend that if you do get one of these. First, you want this, which is the larger speed limit display. You get that, and I've shown this in other videos before, but what you do is that you go to volume, and then just press and hold the top right. You got to hold it for a few seconds, and then configuration and settings, and then change locale. Change it to Australia. When you do that and you hit save, the unit will automatically reboot itself, and then right after that, when it reboots, head down to language and keyboard and change all three of these to American English, and then you're done. And then you get the larger speed limit that is easier to read, which is nice. So that's good. This unit, like the 2597, has four methods of getting traffic. Excuse me. You can use the TA20. Yes, you can. You can use the GTM36, the GTM60, or the smartphone, and all four of those allow you to get traffic on this thing, which is great. So you're never without it, more or less. So, but the nice part about it with the 50 is that you can go cheap by using the TA20. That's just nice that you can do that. Now, particularly this model, you've got, compared to the other user interface where you've got categories and recent over here, they just put everything as big icons on the front. And you add your shortcuts. Like if I wanted to add the shopping category for grocery stores, yeah, right there, I can do that. You can move these around like this. This is a capacitive screen. It's very daylight readable, which is very nice. You can remove shortcuts from here by doing that. Easy enough. Not a problem. Also, there's another advantage too. Let me put address back here. Now, because I changed over to the Australia locale, when I go to address, it will actually, I can search by postal code, which is good. If you're at the United States locale, you don't get that. But you do if you search for it like that, which is real nice. So if I search by postal code, just giving an example here. And there it is. I'll just let it recalculate that, and away we go. This does have one of the best screens, though, that I've ever seen on one of these things, which is nice. It's just a very nice display. And because, let me just start this first, and then I'll continue. Come on, there you go. All right. And because it's capacitive, but it's not glass, and some people may think that's a drawback. It's not, because I noticed this on the DriveSmart 66, is that that's a real glass, like a smartphone. And the problem is that when you're using it, your finger slides on it. It's kind of annoying, to be honest with you. Not on this one. This has the older style capacitive, which is, it's not glass, it's like a pseudo glass or something like that. Yeah, that does mean it's more prone to scratching. That much is true, but when you press on it, your fingers not sliding all over the place. It's like the nice happy medium between a really good matte screen and a smartphone screen. You get the brightness of the smartphone screen without the annoyance of the slickness of it, which the DriveSmart 50 has. It's nice. Like I said, the only real drawbacks is what I pointed out before. You've got those orange banners. Yeah, oh yeah, I saw one a moment ago for the curved roads. You can't disable those. And you've got the small exit numbers, but honestly, other than that, this is pretty darn good. And that's what the trip data fields look like. You still got those, but you can't do trip and turns at the same time. But then again, no Garmin model can, that I've seen. But this is just cool that you can do this, and any one of these is, you can tap anyone and take a look. No problem. Generally speaking, if you use this thing with turns, I think that's the best uses. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one other really awesome thing about this one too. I'll show that before I close this one out. Yeah, you can do vertical. Just get rid of this. There we go. Cool. You can do the vertical with this. Either or. It's manual, but you've got it, which is nice. Okay, back here. Give me turns. There we go. So there it is. DriveSmart 50LMTHD. 4 methods for getting traffic reporting. Excellent display. Has annoying orange banners, has small exit numbers. Oh yeah, notice that the speed limit type follows up here too, which is good. Has its annoyances, but still a great performer.